If you're at the very start of your working holiday visa research for Australia, then this video is for you, as I'll be explaining what it is, who it's for, and why you should do it. Hi, I'm Claudia from Welcome to Travel, and we are an Australian tour company based out of Melbourne and Sydney. We like to think of ourselves as the working holiday and backpacker experts who are actually on the ground here in Australia. This video is for those of you who are thinking of moving to Australia for a mix of work and travel and are just starting your research. You may have already heard of a working holiday visa, but what exactly is it? Why do people do it? How does it work? And is it for you? This visa allows people aged 18 to 30 to come to Australia and experience what it has to offer through a mix of work and travel. Or if you're from Canada, Ireland, Denmark, France, or Italy, you can actually come over up to the age of 35 now. The UK will hopefully also have the age limit increased to 35 soon once the free trade agreement is officially passed. And of course, when it does, we'll be making a video all about the free trade agreement. There are two types of these visas that the Australian government grants. So there's the working holiday or subclass visa 417 or the work and holiday visa subclass 462. Both visa options work in very similar ways, though the one that you're eligible for will just depend on your nationality. This visa will allow you to come into Australia for up to 12 months and allow you to work for one employer for a maximum of 6 months at a time. And if 1 year isn't long enough for you in Australia, you can of course extend it for up to 2, even 3 years as long as you meet the requirements. You are automatically granted 12 months in Australia, and the visa costs only 510 Australian dollars, which for a visa of that duration isn't actually a lot, and that amount is the equivalent to this in some other currencies. Processing time for your application to be granted and you getting the visa can range anywhere between 1 to 45 days, which again isn't actually that long. So overall, both the cost and the processing time for this visa is incredibly great value for money, given that you are allowed a year in the country at the minimum. So here is a list of eligible countries for both the 417 and the 462, along with the correct Australian government immigration website for you to find all the right information that you need. So why do people do it? With the accessibility of this visa, travellers from all over the world can come to Australia and experience an adventure like no other. With the amount of gorgeous beaches, the high minimum wage, and the uniquely Australian way of life, this country is the perfect place to make some money and explore some of the most beautiful natural landscapes on Earth. Some other reasons are that it's safe to travel, it's English speaking, it pays well. So the minimum wage here is $21.38 Australian, which is the equivalent to these amounts. And it's really important to note that this is the absolute minimum wage. So there are these things called penalty rates, which most commonly occur in jobs like retail and hospitality. So for example, if you work after 6 p.m. in retail, you get time and a half, or if you work a Saturday or a Sunday rate, you also get an increased penalty rate. So as an example for myself, when I was in university, I worked in a shoe shop just as a casual sales consultant, and on a Saturday I earned $30 an hour, and on a Sunday I got double time and a half, which equated to around $38 Australian. So I was absolutely raking in the cash for the easiest job in the world, selling really ugly shoes to people. Australia also offers everything you need in terms of a travel destination and things to see. And I think this is another good reason as well, is that it's on the other side of the world. So you couldn't get further away from home for most of you unless you are from New Zealand. And that is an extremely liberating and freeing feeling. We all find ourselves at a crossroads or a transition period multiple times throughout our younger years. Whether it be graduating high school or university, starting a new job or quitting one, going through a breakup, or simply feeling trapped and a restlessness that is telling you to get out of your comfort zone and explore. So what exactly can you expect? Just like starting school or a new job, a working holiday is an incredible opportunity to be thrown out of your comfort zone. It'll take you on a journey where I promise you, you will make friends for life, learn really valuable lessons about yourself, and create memories that you will cherish forever. Have you ever gone on a holiday or been traveling and you ever think, oh, it'd be great to stay a bit longer, or when can I move here? I'm envisioning my life here. Well, a working holiday kind of gives you that opportunity. This time in Australia will allow you to snorkel, swim, party, catch sunrise after sunset after sunrise, before settling down to work in a destination that you loved most. And the work part itself doesn't actually feel like the average 9-to-5 slog in a job in a place that you're really familiar with. You could go from bartending at the local pub in Cairns, which is full of backpackers, to serving cocktail drinks at the Opera House bar. If you're a young professional, you can actually find a job that will progress your career, as you will have full working rights on this visa. Or you might have the urge to do something way out of left field, like driving a tractor, pruning a vineyard, or working on a camel farm in the Northern Territory. Who knows? These are all very character building experiences that you'll never forget. Why not try them now while you can? And most often you are doing it with like-minded people who are in the same position as you. So it's these experiences, like the farm work for example, where you tend to meet those friends for life. The experiences that you'll have during your traveling months will be unforgettable. You could be watching the sunset at the sacred site of Uluru in the Red Centre, checking out 500 plus of the world's smallest species of penguins come ashore right in front of you at Phillip Island, or scuba diving the Great Barrier Reef. Right now, the world is a completely different landscape for our generation and the ones to come. Our professional lives and the way we live them has diversified, and this change is a fantastic recognition of that. So many of us have career paths and life plans that inevitably change. And 28 really isn't that old anymore, and if you say it is, I will come for you. This visa is a genuine opportunity there for the taking, and one that may not be around forever. Don't take it for granted and jump on the chance if you can, and no one has ever regretted it who has done it before you. Okay, so what are the next steps for your research? If all of this information is starting to tickle your fancy and you'd like to dive a little deeper, check out our other videos, take a look at all of our blogs on our website, and please feel free to slide into our DMs at Welcome to Travel, or comment below for any questions that you might have about anything Australia or working holiday, solo travel, gap year related. This is the first video that we're creating in a whole series that will take you from the start of your researching of the working holiday visa right to the finish line. We'll be uploading a new episode in this series every fortnight, so if it's not available yet, stick around and it'll come shortly, or if you're following us later on, the whole series might be already available for you. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.